There's a rumor out there. I don't know how true it is, but it talks about a signing trade that was sent Duren to the New Orleans Pelicans for Trey Murphy. I got a couple questions about the rumor, right? So check out the Detroit Pistons Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. One of the questions that I have, that I legit have about it is, okay, I'm guessing by them doing that, there's probably going to be another deal that's made. And I say that because how do you play Zion, Derek Queen, and Jalen Duren together? You know what I'm saying? Like, so, is Zion going somewhere else? Is Derek Queen going somewhere else? Maybe Derek Queen and Jalen Duren can play together. And we know Troy Weaver's over there, and he tried to do the James, the kid that went to the Warriors. Did he go number 1 overall? He played over here. I forget his name. And he tried to do Marvin Bagley. He tried to do a lot of 2-man bigs, and we know Joe Dumars tried to do that. His tenure at the end ended with Detroit, where he tried to do what was my man's name? Greg Monroe and Andre Drummond. So maybe they might be planning another 2 big men attack, but that means maybe they are going to be the third team in the Giannis trade, or they got another trade in there. Because if you go get Jalen Duren, you put him in the middle, Zion could be headed somewhere else. That's what it sounds like to me. Do you play Jalen Duren and Zion and bring Derek Queen off the bench? See, that's what my mind thinking back. And I doubt if they send Zion back to Detroit. I don't see that happening. So, that's when I just started to think, when we started to have that conversation. When we started to have that conversation, that's when I started thinking. Okay, they would have to have more moves, or maybe they just feel like we're a young team. We'll just figure it out. We'll let them compete and figure it out. But in general, then your question from the Pistons side of view, it comes, what do the Detroit Pistons do? What do the Pistons do to fill that void for Jalen Duren? So what's the answer if this is true? You won't bring Jalen Duren back. What's the answer? Now, the rumor is they can bring him back at $30 million a year. I don't know how true it is, because I'm going to tell you this. I heard that the Brooklyn Nets are willing to give Austin Reeves a fully guaranteed contract. And that lets me know that they're willing to give somebody's going to be willing to give Jalen Duren a fully guaranteed contract. So, in my opinion, I think somebody's going to be willing to give Duren that contract. But then again, guard play is a lot different. I think guard play is a tremendously different, more value there. So, that may force Austin Reeves to get that money from LA, or maybe, LA might pivot and do something else. I know what they can do. So, but in general, it may be that team out there, maybe, and that's a rumor about Austin Reeves in Brooklyn, but maybe it's a team out there that's be willing to give up the bag. And maybe the Pelicans have already made up in their mind, we're willing to give up the bag for Jalen Duren. So, if that's the case, so be it. I don't know who their center is in New Orleans, but I do know if they sign and trade Duren, the contract's not gonna match. So obviously there's gonna be more pieces in there. So, you know, I doubt if they send Derek Queen back here. So I don't know who else their center is. So it's gonna be an interesting look, bro. It's a lot of rumors going out there, and it sounds like the Pistons are high on Trey Murphy, high on getting Kyrie. You're Dallas saying no, but the Pistons showing interest. I mean, very interesting world we living in right now. Very interesting world we living in. So, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But how I feel about it, just my opinion. I don't know. I would have to see what the whole deal look like, but you know. But how do you supplement, you know, or fill in for Jalen Duren is the question. So, you know, who is that guy that's going to fill in that 5 spot? You know, the Beef Stew don't have the durability and the endurance to be a starting center. So where do you go get help from? I'm pretty sure they already got that worked out in their head. You know, how they going to get the help at the 5 spot. So I'm pretty sure bring back B-Ball Paul Stew, bring somebody else in, and that's how they gonna do it. And most likely it's gonna be somebody that can shoot. You know, I'm telling you that right now. They probably gonna go get Miles Turner. Since, you know, Langdon got here, they've been attached to Miles Turner. So don't be surprised. The rumors is when Giannis get traded, you'll see a lot more trades happening. We'll see. We will see. So. But, I mean, cool. I'm cool with it. I mean, I feel like if you can, you know, do it without giving up Duren. But if they figure they can't afford Jalen Duren, I mean, you can't afford him. You can't afford him. So, shit. It's going to be interesting, bro. It's going to be very fucking interesting. So, yeah, man, we'll see what it is, man. Let me know what you think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Shout out to Trey Pistons. I'll play this more videos like this. Peace.